What's up, y'all? So today I was able to utilize the 50% concept to gain a two point move on Lulu. But before I took the Lulu trade, I took a trade on AT&T, ticker T, and I made a hockey mistake on what is it? On a play, which is Buster and David. Dave and Buster's, sorry, not Buster and David. Dave and Buster's Entertainment. Anyway, so my first play was on AT&T. I was watching it in the pre-market because it was moving, and if you look at the daily chart right here, it's been constantly moving higher, and the stock was in play. When was it? Several days ago, it was revealed that investor Elliott has a $3.2 billion stake in AT&T. So there's a big investor who moved in into the stock. So I was watching it, and what got me interested was this second bar in this bottoming tail. So I saw that sellers in the open, so this is pre-market activity. When the market opened, I saw sellers pushing it down and buyers just bought it up. This line right here is just buying pressure. Sellers sold it. So this black line during the formation of this candle was red, but buyers stepped up and they penetrated through the 200 moving average. This red line is the 200 moving simple average. So, and then when I saw this bottoming tail followed up by a engulfing 2-minute green bar right above VWAP, I went long right here at I bought one lot at 37.94. I'm disappointed with myself because I I should have let it pull back before I jumped the gun, but I jumped in into the trade, and but I got out. I did not like the fact that I did not like this topping tail because the price went up and then it came back down. It closed way below VWAP. We were below the moving averages. This green bar I liked, but the fact that we did not have follow through, I just got out for this was a 4 cents loss. So I got in at 37.94 and I got out at 37.89. So literally I lost 5 cents per share, which is nothing. And I'm glad I did because after that, well, I mean, it did pop up, but not by much. And now it looks like it's selling off, so I don't even know why I took this trade. I guess I got too excited. So this one was a small loser. My second trade was a hotkey mistake. I'm not even sure if it qualifies as a trade. So play, which is Dave and Buster's. Despite beating earnings and revenue for this quarter, it announced that it was going to cut a full year guidance, meaning that the earnings that they estimate to the profit that they estimate to make in the following year is going to be lower than anticipated. So, but I was not going to be short biased. It was, I believe, the stock was down a lot. So I was watching it and I saw it would just squeeze up all the way from 37.22 all the way to about 41.81. I mean, that's a, what's that? That's a $5 move almost, like 5 points. And I didn't want to chase this squeeze, because I don't like chasing stocks. So I was watching it, and then this red line right here is yesterday's low price. So I saw this topping tail on the 2-minute chart on the on this topping tail, right? So this told me that, or the signal to me that the stock was ready to come down, like it was going to be a short. But I couldn't just jump into the short because it was on a short sale restriction, meaning that I could only short it when the stock is going up, and it was spready, meaning that I couldn't really manage my risk the way I wanted to. So I kept watching it, and once it started moving higher, I tried shorting it right here at around what was it? I guess at 41.11, and my stop was going to be high of day. And yeah, I trusted this topping tail right here and yesterday's low. And I thought I was going short, but I made a hockey mistake and I actually bought the stock to go long. When I realized my mistake, I got out so quick. And so I lost about 11 cents. So I bought it at 41.11. I sold at 41. So yeah, so I lost 11 cents per share because of a hockey mistake. So technically, I'm not supposed to trade after having two, not three, two consecutive losses. But I felt the second loss on play was truly a hockey mistake. I thought I was shorting it, and if I had not made the hockey mistake, it would have been a great play from 41.11 all the way to 39.50. So it would have been a nice move. So I told myself I could still take a third trade because technically the second trade was not a real trade, it was a hockey mistake. So I don't know if I violated my rule of stop trading after two consecutive losses, but I justified the hockey mistake as not being a trade. So LULU was the third trade and last, and I'm actually proud of this LULU trade. I literally utilized the 50% concept on all time frames. So LULU is a stock that I've been trading since last week. I've actually made money on it on Friday. I shorted it on Monday, and I did not trade it yesterday, but today I traded it. Why? Because when LULU on the daily chart, when it moved up on Friday, it gapped up, I don't know, by a lot, all the way from 188 all the way to 205. So LULU, which is a a textile apparel clothing company in Canada had announced earnings on Friday, and it crushed earnings. So it's doing really well. Despite that, the following day, if you see this big red bar, it sold off. So I felt this was a profit taking. And if you look at the volume, so on the day that the stock moved really high up, the volume bar was really high. But on the day that the stock just sold off on the daily chart, the volume was low, which signals that it's most likely profit taking. The people who bought here and are now profitable, they're selling because they want to lock in their profit. So I saw on the daily chart that it bounced off the 50% mark of the gap. Usually 50% of gaps, big bars, they act as support and resistance. And I got this from this trader named Oliver Velez. So Oliver Velez, thank you for ingraining this concept into my head. So the 50% concept. So I saw that yesterday it bounced off the 50%. And then today in the open it sold off in the open, but then it shot up. It penetrated through the 200, VWAP the black line, all the moving averages, and instead of chasing it, because I don't chase stocks, I do not chase stocks. Well, I guess I did chase that AT&T trade today in the open, but I try not to chase stocks. I want them to come to my price. So I felt the 50% of this move up would be a good place to buy LULU long. And surprisingly, VWAP, this black line, coincided with the 50% of this move up. So as the stock was coming down, I put in my buy order at 193.89, and my stop was gonna be if it got below, basically if it got below this line right here, which is a previous close price, but it never tested my stop. It did go a little down after I bought it, but I was prepared for that, and then it just moved higher and moved higher. Right here it pulled back on me, but I was not too quick to, or I was not in a rush to lock in profit, because I felt that we could potentially go to about 198 potentially. And LULU does have a daily ATR of about currently actually $6. So the stock moves on a given day about $5 to $6. And considering that the stock got beat up the past 2 days, despite having great earnings, I knew that we were most likely gonna go higher. And then on the 5 minute, actually, we were above all the moving averages on the 5 minute, on the 2 minute, on the 15 minute. So I sold half of my position when we made a new high. In fact, I had a sell order in place before it got to that price. So I sold half of my position at 195.97. Mind you, I got in at 193.89. So that's a more than a $2 move. And I sold the rest of my position right here at 195. 68. And that being said, that the fact that the low of this consolidation got violated, I just wanted to lock in my profit and be done with my day because I was already super green. I mean, I captured a 2 point move, and yeah, so this was a very profitable day, and I didn't want to, you know, risk my profits if I don't have to. So I was holding half of my position, to see if it would pop, maybe sell the rest at 196. Oh, I meant 197 because usually stocks or whole numbers act as a psychological support and resistance. But once the low of this consolidation was violated, I took the rest of my money, and yes, and that was done. Or I'm done trading. I'm not gonna take any more trades. Today was, despite having two losers. First trade on AT&T, ticker T, was a small loser. I made a hockey mistake on Dave and Buster's Entertainment, ticker play. So despite those two losses, the trade that I made, LULU, I mean, engulfed those two losses and made me super profitable for the day. So this week so far, I've been profitable Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So 3 days in a row where I've been green. And the name of the game is keep your losers small and let your winners run. And that's what I did with LULU today. Thanks for watching.